Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called He's Thinking of Moving Out of the Country. On today's show, we're going to answer some viewer questions. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show. And also, I'd like to tell you about HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a company that lets you purchase live phone calls with more than 100 celebrities for just $19.95. So give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. Seth writes, I want to raise the money I need to move out of the country and live off the grid. Any suggestions? I would recommend starting a GoFundMe page and trying to raise the money to produce a series of videos that will allow you to show people how to move to another country and live off the grid. Set your fundraising goals high enough so that you can have enough money to move your entire family to another country, and you also have the money to produce the videos designed to help other people contemplating the idea of moving out as well. This way, everyone who contributes to your GoFundMe page will get rewarded with a special documentary or access to special episodes of your show online. Kayla writes, it seems everyone on TV is lying about everything. Can you recommend a good, honest source of news for people to watch? I don't think you can rely on just one source of the news. I believe you have to get your news from multiple sources online and on TV in order to get opposing viewpoints. There's so much bias and fake news out there, from almost all media channels now, that you have to diversify your news sources. You have to, this is the most important thing of all, you have to get opposing viewpoints, diverse viewpoints, different viewpoints. Otherwise, you'll just be programmed to think in one way and one way only, and you'll never really know what the full story is. Next, Mason writes, is it possible to make money by developing an urban farm that grows food on abandoned lots in the city? First, you'll have to check the local laws governing that sort of thing within your city government. Next, you have to do a lot of research online. One of the problems with all farms, whether they're in the city or in the country, is that animals and rodents and even people will come by and eat your food whenever they want. The other problem is that farming is back-breaking work, so you have to be ready to put in a lot of hours doing a lot of really difficult work to make it a success. Having said all that, I've seen a lot of people and nonprofit neighborhood organizations have success with this whole concept, so it is possible. Just do your research. Next, Caden writes, what are the best exercises to regain your health and strength? Well, first you have to go to the doctor and get his approval to start exercising, especially if you've never exercised before or if you have other health issues. After that, I would recommend a combination of both aerobics and anaerobics. What you want to do is you want to spend some time on the elliptical machine or the treadmill to get your aerobics and your heart strength. And then you want to spend the rest of the time lifting weights to strengthen your body and increase your overall health. It's the combination of both aerobics and anaerobics that provides the best benefits. By the way, the most important thing that I can tell you when it comes to going to the gym, the greatest tip of all, is never give up. Keep going week after week, month after month, year after year. Do not stop. Whether you work out for half an hour or for 2 hours, the most important thing is to remain persistent, tenacious, and dedicated. Never, ever stop. Whenever the word stop or give up enters your brain, then just ignore it. That word is trying to sabotage you. The word stop is your enemy. It is trying to defeat you. Your job is to diminish it, ignore it, and neutralize the word stop or quit. Just keep going year after year, and 10 years from now, you'll be stronger than everyone else you know that hasn't worked out. That's what real progress is. Mason writes, what's the most important thing about buying a house? The most important thing is to make sure you can afford it. Don't drown yourself in debt. Have enough money saved up so that if you get laid off or unemployed for 12 months, you can still make your house payments. When you buy a house, don't concentrate on the color of the house or the landscaping or any of that other superficial nonsense. That can all be changed. You should only care about whether this is a good deal and will you be able to improve it in some way that will add value to it over the years to come. Always remember, that only naive people think that a house is a home. A house is not a home. It's a building you reside in. What makes it a home is your family, you and your family, not the house. Purchasing a house is a business decision. Never ever forget that. That's the way you have to interpret all of this, as a business decision. And you have to do it in a way that allows you to add value to it over the next 5 or 10 years. But maybe minor renovations, maybe paint jobs, maybe landscaping, whatever it is, add value to it. Always ask yourself, what can I do with this house to make it more desirable, more profitable, more valuable over time, so that when I sell it down the road, it will make serious money for me and my family. Stay away from painting the house crazy colors. Stay away from crazy design choices, crazy furniture. Stay away from houses in high crime areas or terrible streets or really bad school districts. Think of your house purchase as a business, because that's what it really is. Next, Tabitha writes, my husband abandoned me and our kids and just left. He was always threatening me and saying that he was going to do that, and now he actually has. I'm scared to death. What should I do? First thing you should do is to hire an attorney so that he can file the papers necessary to allow the court to track this guy down and hopefully collect child support from him someday. Next, you have to look to this guy and thank God that this guy didn't waste 10 more years of your life. You're now free to find a good man, a man who will love you and take care of you and your kids. Next, Charlotte writes, do you think that real estate prices will go up or go down? Well, I have to tell you. I have to say that in the last 6 months, the economy and things in general have just been so completely insane that it's very difficult that's a very difficult question to answer. Probably impossible. I will say this much though. I wouldn't buy any real estate now unless I could find a killer deal on some property that was heavily discounted. Find a seller that is really desperate to sell. Now, these deals are very difficult to find because everybody is looking for a deal like that. You may need to employ several real estate agents in several cities and have them all continue looking for you over the next 12 months, because it may take a year to find such a deal. But remember, you won't find anything worthwhile if you don't put in a lot of time and effort to do so. So with that, I want to thank you for watching and say that we'll see you soon.